Welcome to Updated Autopsy Report, a podcast from Yotze, Ben, and Friends, where we read and watch the inspirations behind Ace Attorney. I'm your host, Ben, and unfortunately, today, I no longer have my dear Dessy with me. They are busy with a wedding at the moment, so for this episode and the next episode, they'll be taking a brief break, and then they'll be back.
Not your wedding. You guys are already
but their brother's wedding basically is coming up, and so they're very involved in that process. So I still have my two good friends though, Tiago,
Yo,
and Rose.
Hi.
We are all longtime fans of Ace Attorney. We hope that through our perspectives, it'll reveal new details and provide interesting commentary for all the media we discuss. Our intro music is by Lace, and you can find all her other work at leiss.bandcamp.com. Today, we are discussing the first half of the 1929 mystery novel by Ellery Queen, The Roman Hat Mystery. This is, the reason we picked this book next was because we had such a good time with the Moai Island puzzle and Alice Arisugawa's work there that I thought, well, Arisugawa was so inspired by Ellery Queen, makes sense that we should touch on them next and see what they're pulling from and what they're bringing forward into that. Ellery Queen also shares a lot of structural meta similarities, right, with Alice Arisugawa. As you might recall, that's a pseudonym, and they're also a character in the book. It is the same thing with Ellery Queen. It is a pseudonym, this time for two people. They are cousins, Frederick Danae and Manfred Bennington Lee. And they decided to, they were pitching some mystery novels and made a pseudonym for this under one name. And Ellery Queen is a character in these stories as well. The Roman Hat Mystery is the first one, really, that was published. I don't know, does anybody have any experience with Ellery Queen before we read this time?
Much like all of the fun classics we've been reading lately, except for Sherlock Holmes, which I've read all of. It's one of those ones where I've gone, yes, this is a classic of literature. I'll read it eventually. And then
Right.
simply have not. So, first time for me, but I do have some vague approximate knowledge, but I'm not terribly familiar with Ellery Queen, other than just a surface concept. So this is fun. This is totally new for me.
Yeah.
this is the first time outside of Alice Arisugawa's Moai Island puzzle that I've even heard of Ellery Queen. I don't know much about great American literature. I know about Animorphs,
That's all right.
and I know about Holes, but I don't know much about Ellery Queen.
Hey, Holes is a great book.
Holes is a fucking
Animorphs and Holes, yeah. Well, I'm fine with putting those up on the shelf next to Ellery Queen.
Yeah.
I don't judge.
Applegate
Slap that
deserves
shit
to be
up there next to
there.
Grapes of Wrath, baby.
Yeah.
Have you ever? I don't want to go to a side this early in the podcast. Never mind. I'll talk about Animorphs later.
We're not better without Dess here. We are the same.
I went immediately into my I should talk about Animorphs now. No, please continue.
Okay. Well, I try not to do this too often, but I'm going to just go ahead and basically quote/summarize from Wikipedia here, because it's a pretty concise collection of what happened here when they initially first got published. Ellery Queen was created in fall of 1928 when Danae and Lee entered a mystery novel contest offering a prize of $7,500, which is equivalent to roughly $137,000 now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an insane amount of money. This was jointly sponsored by McClure's Magazine and the Frederick A. Stokes Company. They decided to use their collective pseudonym as the same name that they had given to their detective, as they believed readers tended to remember the names of the detectives but forget those of their creators. Mm-hmm. They were informed that they had won the contest, but McClure's Magazine went bankrupt and was absorbed by the Smart Set magazine before they had received any money.
No money?
So, Yeah,
No.
so they had that tragic start to it. The Smart Set magazine rejudged the contest and awarded the prize to an entry by the writer Isabel Briggs Myers in 1929. The Frederick A. Stokes Company agreed to publish Danae and Lee's story under the title The Roman Hat Mystery. Buoyed by its success, they were contracted to write more mysteries and went on to write a series of successful novels and short stories that lasted 42 years until Lee's death in 1971. During the 1940s, Ellery Queen was probably, this is a little Wikipedia here, the most popular American mystery writer. More than 150 million copies of Queen's books were sold globally, and he remained the best-selling mystery writer, Keeley here, in Japan till the end of the 1970s.
Why till the end of the 70s?
That was how long he remained the best-selling. I mean, after that, other writers started selling.
Oh, to be fair, other people
he got knocked off his throne.
Got it. I was like, what happened? What in the 1980s could have possibly Cold War? No, that's fucking my fault.
Other writers,
other
writers
were
happened.
also writing books.
I can't believe other
Alice
people
Arisugawa was starting to publish their books.
I see.
So yes, obviously Alice Arisugawa was greatly influenced by Ellery Queen. Titled a lot of their other mysteries, just like a lot of Ellery Queen mysteries are titled, such as the Roman Hat Mystery, or the Egyptian Cross Mystery, the Greek Coffin Mystery. Like they're all location/nationality adjective mystery. The Spanish Cape Mystery, or just a noun in there or something like that. So, all that is going on there, and then of course, also key. There is going to be a challenge to the reader before the final reveal again. So.
Oh, God.
Book is going to turn to you, the reader, and say, we've given you all the clues. Dear reader, can you solve it as well? Think about it very carefully before you turn the page.
Please bring
and of course, you
order
can
to
choose
this
to ignore
chaos.
that if you so choose.
Yeah.
I'm feeling less confident about this one, fellas, if I'm honest.
I think I have a suspicion, but I don't know. I just have like baseless fucking ideas. That's all I have.
I mean, this is a 4-part book. We've covered parts 1 and 2. So we are still going to get a third part and then get the reader challenge and then part 4, which will presumably bring everything to a close. So
this bad boy has parts and chapters.
Yeah, there's parts and chapters. So we've divided it up quite a bit. And there could be some new revelations in part 3 that we haven't gotten to yet that will change our opinions on it. So I'm not going to ask anybody for predictions quite yet, because there is a lot of table setting in part 1, and then there's a lot of investigating in part 2. So yeah. But overall here, do we guys want me to go into the summary here first, or did you have any top level thoughts before I did that?
I'm happy to discuss after the summary. I think that would be wise. There's a lot of things that happen.
Do we want everything all in once here? I can break it up by parts if we feel that that's more digestible.
Do it by parts.
It's already in so many parts.
Well, there's 2 parts. It's just 2.
I want you to know that I have my notes organized by part and chapter, so this shit is long as hell.
Yeah.
Damn.
Some of these chapters are very short, but
Yeah, we should probably just do 1 part for now, and then read the second part.
Well, let's start with the mystery itself. In the Roman Hat Mystery, we open at the Roman, a theater which is showing the show Gunplay. It's being performed a wild, loud production. In the back of the theater, nearing the end of the second act, a dead body is found in a back row seat. One Monty Field, a disreputable lawyer, we're told. Poisoned, too. Inspector Richard Queen is quickly summoned to solve this case, and his adult son, Ellery, tags along, an occurrence that is fairly common, we soon learn. They lock the theater down and begin to scour the place for clues. They note the presence of a lady's purse in Field's back pocket, as well as Mr. Field's missing top hat. They also interview several relevant witnesses, such as the orangeade serving boy, Jess Lynch, the usherette, Madge O'Connell, a local gangster, Parson Johnny, a socialite woman, Francis Ives Pope, betrothed to one of the main actors in the play, Stephen Barry, and a former business partner of Field's, Benjamin Morgan. Unfortunately, despite a thorough search of the theater, no hat is found, and despite some odd ticket stubs, very little other evidence is supplied. Frances is traumatized by the shock of her purse being found on the dead man and leaves before testifying further. The district attorney also shows up since the Queens keep interrogating rich people just as equally as the poors, but pats them on the back for doing a good job nonetheless. By the end, the Queens are left with few clues and many suspicious characters that they're left to sort through the next day.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
There's a lot of moving parts, and the book also has a full list of characters, at the start as well, which is kind of fun and nice to have, I will say.
I simply just remembered all of them like a cool person.
If you forget a name, there is no judgment here.
I've got no clue who any of these chuckle thugs are. This book is throwing funny Ace Attorney witnesses with weird little quirks at you so fast you cannot even remember who they all are. like you're interviewing and they're like, oh, here's this funny little gangster guy. We're interviewing him. Oh, here's this lady we're interviewing. I'm like, oh my god, you people are giving me so much testimony.
It's just person and
my
the person.
evidence wagon is so full.
Yeah.
Well,
it's funny because the actual legitimate evidence that comes out of this first segment is really not that much. It kind of slips through their fingers, but they get a lot of
useless crap in my evidence wagon.
And in fact they ask the custodians of the theater to collect as much useless crap as possible because they're like, well, you never know when a ticket stub might be the one thing you need. And of course, then it turns out later that it was not useful, unfortunately. But they do try to cover all their bases just in case.
Almost good police work there for a minute.
Yeah.
There's a lot of instances where I'm like, I guess I'm supposed to think this is good police work, but this book is this is fun because we've been doing British mystery, French mysteries, Japanese mysteries. This is so American. Everyone here is so
in New York,
American.
baby, greatest
It's
city
New
in the
York,
world.
baby.
Broadway's right here.
Love the Mets.
It's like 1929 or whatever when this was published. This is the first one, by the way. So we're just getting introduced to all these characters. They're getting flung in your face, and I'm like, surely this is not the first one. No, this is the first one. It's just like this.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But it is so 1930, there's a lot of discussion of oh wow, he was drinking alcohol.
Yeah. At one point,
is swinging.
Yeah. At one point, yeah, when Inspector Queen is asking the one lady in the second half, he's like, now, I understand the question I'm about to ask you, but could you tell whether it was good liquor or bad liquor smell on his breath? And she's like, well, I can't rightly tell. I mean, I wouldn't know at all. and her fiance is like, well, I could have told. And his dad's like, stop it, shut up.
Shut the fuck up.
I love Prohibition. It's one of my favorite eras in history because I have a very a fondness for something that doesn't work so fucking bad. Just something that you tried it and you should have just done nothing. This was worse in every way than if you had just not.
Right.
I'm also rather fond of the Crusades for a similar reason. You fucked up so bad.
My God.
You did this so shit. I'm not fond of the Crusades. Obviously, the Crusades are bad.
I think Coolsville sucks. Rose, I'm very fond of the Crusades.
Oh my god. Yeah, out of context. Clip that shit.
Holy shit.
No, listen. It's funny. It's not funny because a lot of people died, whatever.
It was 1,000 years ago. Who gives a shit?
It's funny how bad they fucked up.
Yeah, 100%.
And I like Prohibition for the same reason. You guys did so bad.
Yeah, it did not work. Did not work
so hard. You
can't put that genie back in the bottle.
Hilarious degree.
I think Coolsville sucks.
Yeah, it's. Anyways, now that I've gone and created a terrible out of context quote,
It'll haunt you. But other than that,
I'd like to see it try.
I think I really like the first half of this because it. So, like, I know that we're an Ace Attorney podcast, and we talk a lot about Ace Attorney and things that inspired Ace Attorney, but I can also clearly see how this inspired Knives Out. Like, it is Richard Queen. If Richard Queen did not exist, Benoit Blanc would not exist. There's
and you are 100% correct. I've read interviews with Rian Johnson where he has said specifically that Ellery Queen has been very influential to him. And also another one we have on our list, which is John Dixon Carr. He said is also very influential. So there you go. Yeah.
There's a specific line about Richard Queen that, like, the district attorney, who was sick on this night but still talks to him because he's his friend, is like, Richard Queen is one of the most annoying devils I know, or something like that. He'll change his temperament and his personality as depending on who he talks to, as quick as a dime or whatever. I don't know. It's some really old fucking Americanism that I don't understand, because I was born in this century. Well, no, I was born in the same century. I should say different senses. Generations. Yep. There we go.
We're old.
We're not that old, but, like, fucking... I guess I was born in the same century. It's just, there's like an 80-year difference, and with industrialism, it's really different.
Yeah. I mean, the funny thing is I actually kind of really like the characterization that is given to Inspector Richard Queen. I think, yes, the note that he changes his personality and his behavior and his tactics depending on who he's talking to, and is a bit chameleon-like in that way, I think is a fun, it's a fun take on that type of detective. I think when he's on his own and hanging out with his son, it's really funny that he and Ellery just, like, are fucking going after each other's ass.
They bite each other.
Fuck you, son. Fuck you, dad. Kind of shit,
Mm-hmm.
Ellery's a foppish little bitch. I kind of like him. I also do have to cancel, like, literally everybody in this book.
Oh, yeah.
One fun thing about old-timey fiction is every now and then somebody's going to say some shit and you're just going to want to slap yourself in the face for even reading it.
Yep.
I'm just like, so Ellery's out. I'm tossing him out the window. On the other hand, he's pretty funny.
Racism is alive and well.
Oh,
in
yeah.
In the Prohibition era.
Nothing
not only occasional racist, like, quotes that Ellery will throw out, but also
we're just saying slurs.
What's going on with the Juna stuff? This is like
there's a way they could do this literally any other way.
To be clear, for somebody who's not read the book and is not reading along with us, Juna is a assistant / live-in house servant for the Queens.
He lives in their apartment. Out of the question at that time.
That part is fine. I live-in house servant. I get it. Was a symbol of a certain standing, right? To be able to have somebody who does that at all. But he is clearly not white. The book makes that very clear, and the book talks about him in just awful. It's just like in terribly impish ways. I had to highlight multiple lines that were just like, you're going to use these words to describe a person? Just like, holy moly.
The thing is it's like, I can't, the thing about it is that it makes me feel very contrarian, where I'm like, I want to find a way to make this character work. Like, I want this character to be like, actually, I'm solving all the mysteries. Like,
right.
But I know that that's just simply not compatible with anything that's real.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna sort of make a little angry face and cancel Ellery for just being. And they're like, oh, like he and Ellery are close, and I'm like, are they? Ellery has not said anything to him at all. And the Inspector Queen just yells at him, and I'm like, why? Why are you here?
I would have felt a lot better if he just simply wasn't a character. I wish that he was just like a butler that they never talked about. That they're like, oh
Right.
yeah, we'll have the butler get some stuff,
Yeah,
yada
yeah,
yada.
Here's our butler so and so. No
But
other
instead they're
concern
like,
about it.
oh, we love how much he likes to try to solve our little mysteries, and it's like, brother, Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's described as like crouching on his haunches in the corner and
And
grinning,
listening
and
to them,
there's
and,
there's
like,
a several
being
like
impish and devilish, and I'm like,
y-
that would
yeah.
be endearing, but in this context, it is not.
Yeah, I mean, and of course we get the, the like hallmarks of this stuff at the time, which some monkey-ish comparisons. So it's just like, all right, get out of here. We do not.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is not
Hitting you with
this
a
is not
stick.
okay in any way. Yeah, it's a yes. Beating Ellery Queen
In the head with a baseball bat.
in the head with a baseball bat from through the grave,
Dude, deserved.
through the spirit realm, giving him
through space and time itself.
giving him a couple baseball bats on the back of the head for that one.
It's what you deserve.
But yeah, so unfortunately, that is present here. But I think yes, I think the bit between Richard and Ellery is kind of a interesting dynamic because Ellery is tagging along a lot of the time, but he often doesn't feel like he wants to be there.
No, absolutely
He
not.
just wants to go get in his books instead.
Yeah, he just wants
Yeah,
to go.
Ellery's like, let me go do my hobby.
He wants to do
Instead of,
literally
like,
anything
no.
else. He wants to. The entire time he's working on the mystery, he's like, "I want to go buy a book now,
Right.
now, Papa." And he's like, "Oh, son, let's solve a murder."
Yeah, and the second they get home, he's like, "You motherfucker," and I think that's kind of funny.
I think they're both kind of like Homer Simpsoning, like choking each other out in a way that I think
Yeah, it's
is-
antagonistic that in a way that at times, like every once in a while, like it did slightly tip over the line to like annoying to read to me, but most of the time it fell on the line of like, okay, this is kind of goofy and endearing in a way.
Yeah. The
Yeah, you
thing
got
that
your son who won't get out of your basement, but he's really good at solving mysteries, so you have to keep him around.
But he acts like he doesn't want to, but then when he does actually offer some input,
Yeah.
it is pretty on point. So it's like, all right, fine.
All right. You got a fucking point there. Yeah, Excuse me, I took a yawn. Keep that in. I find a lot of Richard Queen's like investigation techniques to be literally just go over fucking everything. Get all information possible. If there's any police officer in a half-mile radius, get them in the building and have them fucking help me. I don't care what they do. I don't care who anyone is. I will interrogate everyone and anyone. I am the devil himself, and I'm like, oh, okay. Well, at least he's getting information.
Yeah, that's kind of fun. Like, hey, actual police work is happening somewhere.
I do like how many directions are given out to all the other detectives, such as, and I'm going to remember their names off the top of my head very coolly.
We all know them. Yep.
We
Go
all
in a
know
circle.
them.
We
Honestly,
can all
we
name
know them
every
s-
single detective.
We know them so well that we don't even have to do it because we just know them all.
You know what? You're so correct, Rose. My
Yeah,
apologies.
but they're all just, again, very, just deeply American sounding guys.
I'm
Yep, we
learning
have,
a lot about 1920s culture just through reading this book.
I have the list here if you would actually like to know the names because they're very funny.
Okay, I only remember one because it stuck out with me.
All right, what's the one you got?
Pigot.
Pigot. Yep, that's one of the gentlemen of the Homicide Squad.
He's just
Is-
he's
The Gentlemen of the Homicide Squad, new band name.
Yep.
God damn it,
Yep.
that is actually really good.
So yes, we have Pigot, we have Hess,
No.
Flint,
Yep.
Johnson,
Yep.
Hagstrom, and Ritter.
I don't remember Ritter, and I don't remember who was the second one.
Hess.
Yeah, no idea who that is.
We also have the Detective Sergeant, Thomas Valee,
Who is that?
or Valai.
No memory of him. I remember half the detectives.
So yeah,
they-
and then And then we also, of course, we've got, several actor characters who are really irrelevant. They're just kind of like an RPG party that follows around Frances, and her fiance. And then yes, we get several employees of the Roman as well, such as we have Louis Panzer, who's the manager there of the theater. And so he's kind of like the point man at the start here, in which they're trying to, get everybody organized and be like, all right, Panzer, I'm going to use your office as my interrogation room.
The Juice Boy was the character that I just think about the most.
The Juice Boy was such a fun character.
Also, yes, they're serving orangeade here, which I realize orangeade then is not what we think of as orangeade now necessarily.
No.
But I love the idea of them serving this bright, like neon orange, like super sugary drink, and that's the only thing you can get in the theater.
You cannot get water. We only serve...
It's like high C.
Yeah.
You didn't even want to drink anything. Yeah, you didn't want to drink the
Hello,
water
sir,
back then.
would you like some high C to go along with your gunplay?
This fucking play.
This play is fun because it's like they make a big deal about how it has lots of guns and explosions, and it's this big like theatrical wonder basically of special effects. And I'm like, you're thinking as you're reading this, like, perfect place to murder a guy.
Yep.
Yeah, that is exactly
no,
what I'm
poisoned.
thinking.
He's not shot. He's poisoned.
However, they do make a point of saying, like, everybody knows exactly when everything happened because they have to time the special effects very carefully.
Mm-hmm.
And so all of the actors, even the Orangeade boy, is like, this happens precisely on this minute, and this happens at this minute, and I have to be here at this minute. So we have a really unusually specific time for when this guy actually died.
Right.
Which I thought was a fun, like...
It's like we got like an 8-minute window, basically.
Yeah, a fun little, like, twist of like, okay, a little red herring with the guns, but actually, this purpose of this play does come back in to the story.
It's kind of crazy that, like, fucking... the craziest part is that, like, literally everyone knows, even, like, the fucking people outside the building are like, yeah, I know when the second act ends, and I'm like, huh?
I can hear it.
I can hear. Oh yeah, that's true. They could probably hear it.
It's fucking loud, dude. Because it's all, and the thing is like, there's also a bit of like, everybody kind of is like, well, listen, it's a spectacular play, but it's kind of lowbrow. It's just a bunch of guns going off. It's about gangsters and people dying, and it's the Michael Bay movie equivalent of the day, right? So there's a little bit of like, at times, I think it comes up in one or two interrogations where they're like, well, no, what's a nice, well-to-do fellow like you coming here to see this play? You seems like you'd want to see something fancier, something nicer.
Dude, sometimes I just want to watch them fucking schlock. Like,
but yeah, they're like, well, listen, I got some free tickets. I just figured I'd come see the guns go off. It seems like it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I think the idea of using, like, influencer marketing to, like, frame a guy for murder is so fun.
That is pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, but he's there. He's only there because somebody sent him some fake, like, influencer tickets, basically.
Yeah,
I think that's real cute. I'll save that for some time.
Yeah, so this is Benjamin Morgan. This is the ex-business partner of the murdered man, Monty Field, and he gets pulled into the interrogation with Inspector Queen and is like, "Well, I got free tickets. That's why I'm here." Mm-hmm. And he's like, well, can I see the letter where you got the free tickets? He's like, sure. And he pulls out the letter, and it does have a watermark on it for the Roman theater, but it is not the watermark of the actual, like, stationery that the Roman theater uses. So it is a made up letter. It's a forged letter that intentionally, was sent to him to drag him out here to this theater in hopes potentially to frame him, it seems.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I like Queen rummaging through the desk and just immediately being like, all right, I gotta pull out some stationery here and see if it matches. It doesn't.
You gotta fucking get that shit straight. They get testimony that apparently no one at the fucking theater sent it. They interview a lot of other characters as well. I don't like Francis. I spoke. I think she's kind of annoying.
You don't like the rich girl?
Here's the thing about the rich girl, is that I think low-key she's playing it up. Like, she fucking
She's up to something.
I know that she's keeping secrets or some shit like that, but the fact that she faints as soon as you ask her one question is insane. Were people like this back then? Do people just faint at questioning?
That's white girl privilege, baby.
Oh, okay. Well, shit. Yeah, I've never experienced that. I just can't, like, and then the husband comes in and the fiance comes in and goes, "You devil, you cretin. How dare you attack her?"
I thought he was pretty reasonable, if I'm honest.
It
was the one time where I'm like, alright, Inspector Queen, you're being a little more normal with this girl because she's rich and beautiful.
The thing about it, though, is
still faints.
Yeah, like, it's not even his fault. Like, yo, check your girl. What's her blood pressure? Are you giving her iron? Like, fucking,
man.
It's not my fault you're dating someone who's apparently a patient. Fucking Christ.
I really enjoyed, as far as all of our silly Ace Attorney witnesses, I really enjoyed Parson Johnny, the gangster.
He's the most fun, I think, for sure. Because he's just like, listen, I was just here to see a show. I like guns, and they're like, yeah, you do like guns. You're a gangster. Of course, you want to see a show about guns because you're a fucking gangster. Yeah. And he's like, well, listen, I was just here. I was just hanging out all by my lonesome. Definitely wasn't hanging out with my girl.
Yeah.
And I definitely don't know anything about Monty Field, the guy who died here, right? And they're like, we didn't say his name yet. And he's like, oh, shit.
He's such a fun little guy. I hope in my heart that he will be a reoccurring character in the Ellery Queen novels. I don't know if that's going to be true. He might be a one-off funny little guy.
Yeah.
But
he's a reoccurring character in the Queen's life already, right?
Yes,
like,
they recognize him.
They are
sees
immediately
him and tries to sneak out of the theater.
Yeah, they're like, oh, fucking Parson Johnny. And that's his nickname, too. His actual name is John Casanelli, but they call his like gangster name. His gang name is Parson Johnny, which is really funny.
Every now and then they call him nickname. Casanelli, which is fun.
Yeah, I was like, who the fuck is Casanelli? I really do like Parson Johnny and his girlfriend, who was like, shut the fuck up, Parson. Don't tell them shit.
Yeah, because then his girlfriend's just like, why the fuck are you just spouting on? Like, now you revealed I'm here, you revealed I was slacking. Like, come on.
If
she
you
was
tell
sitting
that fucking...
down on her shift. God fucking forbid.
God forbid someone chill.
Listeners detecting air of bitterness in Marissa's voice.
I do like how at the end of every chapter they have like a little recap where like Richard Queen is like talking to somebody, and then fucking his best friend, the district attorney, comes. Well, it's not his literal best friend, but the district attorney comes in and goes, "So what do you got?" And Richard's like, "Let me break it down for you." I got nothing. I got shit. We're sending everybody to search every inch of this fucking building. I got rich people. I got poor people. I got a kid who sells juice. I ain't got nothing. But Ellery's here, and he's not going to buy that book until he helps me.
Yeah, until we're done with this.
Holding a fancy novel.
Yeah, I do like the district attorney character. He's kind of fun as this beleaguered, constantly sick. His name is Henry Sampson, and yes, he's the type of character who's like, now listen, Queen, I know you're doing a good job. I know you're our best, inspector. Like, you're doing fantastic. But anytime a rich person comes and gets upset that you interrogated them, they come and yell at me, and then I have to come over here and I have to pretend like I'm giving you a talking to, which is, that's classic cop detective stuff right there. And it works because then you get the two characters getting to commiserate over like, yeah, no, that rich guy is an asshole, but we're all just going to suck it up because he donated a bunch of money.
Yeah, we do still need to talk to him, so everyone be really nice to him right now.
Yeah, so that's kind of fun too.
Yeah, I like the ending of chapter 1 where it's just like, I just like the recap because it's very good for me, someone who has attention problems, to be like, all right, so what the fuck is actually going on? Do we like this guy? Are we killing this guy?
Yeah, this is.
Here's a reminder of what's important.
I'm glad they do seem to recap a little bit, which is nice. It's very helpful. I found the just in general the writing's pretty good too. Like, there's a lot of lovely like descriptions of the theater and crowds at the theater and that sort of thing that struck me as being, not necessary to the plot, but still enjoyable to read.
Yeah, I liked the description of the theater manager's office as well. I thought that was kind of nice and really painted a picture for this location that we were going in and out of very rapidly with lots of people, but really made it feel like an actual place. And then when they eventually described the Queen's apartment as well, I thought was kind of pretty good writing as well. I thought that was like, okay, I can almost instantly picture this place in my head.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, as someone whose brain is boss babied, I just really see all the knives out here, and I'm just like, yes. I love Knives
as Ben
Out.
has said many a time, we're trying to unboss baby ourselves.
True.
I mean, you're still allowed to like make note of it because that's what's fun. That's what's fun is making the connections and going like, ooh, right?
Yeah, true. I hope that Richard Queen and Ellery Queen solve the mystery together.
All right. Should I recap the second half?
Yes, please.
The second half. Yes.
All right. So, the next morning, Inspector Queen and Ellery visit Fields' apartment, where the police have encountered and held Fields' betrothed, a woman named Angela Russo. She is shocked when she is told that Fields is dead and claims not to know what else could have happened, including stating cluelessness about his business matters. They let her go, and the apartment is immediately beset by Fields' valet, Charles Michaels. He also acts as if he didn't know that Fields was dead, and claims he came for his next paycheck before he left on vacation. Suspicious of the man, but unable to prove anything, they also sent him on his way. Over the rest of the day, the Queens poke around Fields' office a bunch and don't find much, but do end up speaking to former business partner Morgan again and learn that he was being blackmailed by Fields for large amounts of money. Additionally, Fields was playing the stock market and losing, and the horse races and losing. The Queens also summoned along with summoned along with the district attorney to meet the entire rich Ives Pope family in a bit of a bizarre like hearing, I guess, to find out why Francis's purse might have been on Fields' dead body. Regrettably, with a full audience, nothing much comes of it, but polite appearances are kept up for everyone, satisfying the Ives Popes' concerns. Before the end of the day, the toxicologist tells the Queens that the poison used was tetraethyl lead, nearly odorless and tasteless, and can easily be extracted from ordinary gasoline, leaving the possibilities of who could have sourced it wide open. The father and son, once again, summarize everything that I've told you so far, and then decide to sleep on it.
Yay! I like this segment a lot. I don't know if I like it more than the previous segment. I don't know. I like the theater segment a lot. But this one is very important, and we meet even more people.
Yeah, we get two more critical, I'd say, witnesses, and one maybe important witness. We get Lewin, who is the kind of like second in command at the legal office for Monty Field. So, and he seems like he doesn't have a fucking clue what's going on, but the Queens are like, that might not be true. He might be a good actor.
This guy also has some questionable descriptions of him, if I'm honest. I definitely noted that there are, and
little collar tug.
Yeah, I'm not gonna beat around the bush on it. A little anti-Semitic on these descriptions here. A little bit too much time spent on that. Just throwing that out there. 1920s.
1920s.
It's still rough to read these days.
Yeah, but the other two people that we get are, like I said, are Angela Russo, who is found in sheer dress in the bedroom of Fields' apartment. And she is really, really good at sticking to her story.
All the women in this book know about Shut the Fuck Up Friday. Oh, everyone knows, and they're apparently not telling Parson Johnny. Or they are telling him, and he's not listening.
I think he's just not listening.
They should tell him. He needs to know. I like this lady. She's cool. I
was gonna say, the second I read this woman, I was like, oh, Tiago's gonna be like, Angela Russo maybe got it going on.
Oh, I just think that she didn't do it, you know?
So American. Just so fucking American.
Yeah. What do you want? Get out of here. Leave me alone. Let me go change.
Get the fuck out of here.
He's fucking dead? Damn, that's crazy. I'm gonna cry about it for 30 seconds. Like, she does cry and get upset when they tell her he's dead. But she's over it in like less than 5 minutes. And then she's like, I gotta go then. I guess I don't have a place here anymore. So I'm leaving. I'm out.
I don't fucking live here no more. Peace.
This man spent $500 on me a night normally, and now he's not, so I'm gone.
Yeah, now I have to go get $500 a night. I do like her. I immediately right after she fucking diffs, and then fucking Michaels comes in, and he is the valet who is a little suspicious because
the book really wants to make it clear that he's suspicious, and I couldn't track if there was another racial stereotype going on with Michaels.
Ellery just was a little uncomfortable in this.
I think Ellery is finding new forms of racism.
Because well, that's the thing. They talk about him like he might not be white, but then his actual skin color is described as pale or reddish. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm left to the winds again. Who knows? It could be anything at this point in the 30s.
God, it's the 30s. He could be just like Irish.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
I truly believe that Ellery out here is finding new forms of racism. He's innovative. He's a go-getter.
He's quoting a Civil War hymn, is what he's quoting.
Yeah, no, that was insane. I was like, yo, what?
He thinks he's cute, and he's not cute. I'm going to break his glasses.
His little, how do you say it? His pince-nez, his pinch nose glasses.
The pince-nez.
I think those are so fun, and I'm now mad that he's ruined them for me.
Rose, can I be honest with you?
What?
The second I saw that and went, I have to go look up what a pince-nez is because I don't know. And then I googled it, and my immediate thought was, what a fucking dork.
Yeah, but like,
well, here's the thing.
Usually I like a fucking dork.
Well, the thing is, when I looked them up, because I was like, okay, I need to know how to pronounce this, and B, I need to know like why is it critical that these keep coming up? So I think it said pince-nez, but they or pince-nez, but basically the critical reason for these, I guess, is because you can put them on with 2 fingers.
Mm-hmm.
And so they were popular with the trades. So this is actually a little bit of like a he's like the common man, you know. Now we think of those as like hoity-toity fancy glasses in a way because of the stereotyping of 50 years later. But at the time, they were actually considered like way more like rustic,
a working man's glasses.
And a working man's glasses. Because if you need to use your hands and you got to keep them clean, if you can put your glasses on with 2 fingers, that means less fingers to, keep tied up putting your glasses on. That's why Teddy Roosevelt wore them, was not only because he liked them, but also, makes you seem folksy.
I'm looking at them on Etsy right now.
Time has not been kind to the pince-nez, I'm going to be real with you. Time has made me...
Maybe I can bring it back.
Rose?
I can't.
Maybe?
I can't. I'm wearing Coke bottles.
Rose, you're my friend, and I care about you. I think you should do something else.
They won't put my lenses in it.
I was going to say, my prescription might be too strong to fit in one of those dinky little things.
Our glasses are strong, listeners.
Mine's normal.
You know what we forgot to do while we were all together? We all forgot to trade glasses.
Did we not do that?
Did we not trade glasses?
I feel like I did.
You guys gotta come back.
Oh, okay.
All right, well, hop back on the train.
Hop back on the train and come back, and we can all swap glasses and go, wow.
Wow.
This is traditional.
I I don't know. I kind of feel for Michaels. He did time. I don't even know if his name is Michaels. I just think his name is Michaels.
I mean,
he gets caught
him...
out by Ellery on that one. Ellery just goes, "Hey, what about that time you were in prison?" And he's like, oh, "How'd you know about that?" And he's like, "I didn't. I just guessed, and you gave it away."
You
and he's
told
like,
it immediately. It was crazy.
I found him intriguing. I was like, I'm not sure what they're cooking with this character. I even noted that they describe him in deeply suspicious manner, but I'm also like, I don't like, he's a little suspicious, but like they're laying on so thick. Like there's gotta be something going on.
It seemed
here.
a little red herring-ish almost, because it was like, yeah, this guy's so suspicious.
He may be involved, but like I don't think he's the murderer because they lay it on so hard.
Right. Yeah, he definitely has something going on, but alas, we don't know what. I do like him though. I think he's interesting because he definitely came into that fucking room with the purpose, and then the entire all the cops who are there currently goes, all right, he came here definitely for a reason. We have to find out what the fuck he was here for. Everyone fan out again.
And this is the one dude who's heard about Shut the Fuck Up Friday, apparently.
True.
Yeah.
I just realized we totally forgot to talk about the reason why this mystery is called the Roman Hat Mysteries, because...
Oh yeah, they cannot find this dude's hat.
They can't find this dude's fucking hat.
We haven't been talking about it.
I mentioned it in the summary, but yeah.
They can't find the fucking hat, and Ellery's like, where's the hat? Dad, where's the hat? Dad, we have to find the hat. And his dad is like, I can't fucking find the hat, Ellery. What do you want from me?
And they do, like, when they're in the apartment as well, they're looking for the hats. They are asking everybody about the hats. Did you ever see him wearing a silk top hat? And, some people say, yeah, actually, we did see, him.
They go to
Monty
the store
Fields
and they find the clerk that sold him a hat, and they purchase an exact replica of his hat.
Just in case it might be useful.
And they're in awe of how fancy and beautiful this hat is. Like, there's like a moment where it's like Ellery's like stunned into silence by how nice this hat is. Which I thought was funny.
Part of me wanted to be like, brother, it's just a hat. You can buy it. You can have it, dude. It's right there.
Yeah. Well, they did. They have the hat now.
True.
Yeah, that might be critical for when they find the real hat and do a little swapperoo, perhaps. That's just me guessing. I don't know, but
they're also still like sorting through the like ticket stub chicanery, and I did kind of lose the thread on that, if I'm honest. But because I was reading part of this at work, and I was just like, I don't know what's going on. Like, people are having like mental breakdowns like around me, and I'm just like, I gotta. Oh boy, I gotta read this. I got book club, everybody. Shush.
I think it's mostly just because they were trying to find out where the tears on the tickets were lining up to see if they were torn at the same time, right?
Mm-hmm.
If somebody hands two tickets at once and they tear them together, the doorman they should have matching tears, essentially. I think that's what they were mainly looking for with that. Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, it seems like
nothing
Fields' killer came in at a separate time,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and then since they don't get anything out of Francis Ives Pope the first time, they're like, they go to the district attorney's office, and her dad, who's a very, very, very wealthy man, shows up and is like, now, I'm sure there's just some simple misunderstanding about my daughter being involved in this, so why don't you come to our house, our estate, and we'll do a little interview with her then. It'll make her much more calm. We'll all be fine, and then you can lay this all to rest. That'll be great,
and also,
won't it?
Also, her mother and our maids and her fiance and her brother and all of her friends will be there.
Yeah, it's so funny. I think this scene, despite some rampant sexism and fat phobia, this scene is really funny. I think this is
there is very
really
much
wacky.
Like, here's the evil shrewish wife character.
Yeah.
Because, this book fucking loves this rich guy. Like, he's so smart, he's so cool, like, Inspector Queen is, like, so normal about him. Yeah. I'm like, oh, listen, buddy, I love a little old man Yowie, but I draw the line at capitalism.
Yeah, I mean, there's, like, a few lines occasionally where he's like, well, we are kind of having to just play the nice game with him because he's such a wealthy man and has donated to the city and that kinds of thing. But there is like the one line I think he mentions where the district attorney is like, well, yeah, he asked me personally if you could kind of keep this quiet. And Inspector Queen is like, oh, so you couldn't even ask me to my face, huh?
Yeah. He wasn't even there, but I think he did it. Like, for some reason. I fucking... The way that everyone in the room was
gigantic, like the squad is a little suspicious.
I actually...
There's just so many of them, yeah.
All the actors show up, her younger brother shows up, and he's just kind of a snotty bastard, which I like. He's just kind of snooty, and I'm like, alright, dude, fucking, what are you doing here? The actresses are all hated by the mother. Both parents hate the fiance. The brother doesn't care about any of the actors. And Frances is apparently living in a different world. Because she doesn't notice a goddamn thing. Or she's playing it up.
Or, yes. Yeah. One of the two. Yeah.
One of the two.
But yes, her explanation for the evening is basically that she got up from her seat, went out into the alleyway to catch some air, and was accosted by a drunk who seems to be Monty Field.
Some kind of creepy guy.
She does not know where she dropped her pocketbook, and she's like, well, I don't know what could have happened to it. And Inspector Queen is like, well, surely you simply must have dropped it when he, tried to grab your wrist, and, maybe he picked it up and hoped to give it back to you or something like that, something as simple as that. And she's like, that must be it, good sir, and it's just like, yeah, we're not getting anything out of her. Not with 20 people here in the room listening to her testimony,
Not only that, but there's a certain point where apparently everyone erupts in cheer. And I'm like, okay.
And everybody clapped.
And everybody clapped.
Yeah.
It just reminded me of like fucking Ace Attorney, like everyone in the courtroom being like, yay! All the fucking, the crowd going, yippee! She testified!
Yeah. Maybe it's like me reading into like what I want into this scene, but like I do feel like despite like the initial like filleting of the rich guy, the paternal head of the Ives Pope family, it does feel like it's the book is like, okay, these people are up their own asses in general. Like, what are we doing here?
I mean,
this is not conducive to solving the mystery.
Maybe it's not the book per se that's doing it. Maybe it's just the characters,
Right.
Which I think could be fun.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Yeah, the whole vibe is weird at this family.
Everyone's kind of insane in a way that, like, no one...
The fact that she has her best friend who with her and is, like, the most... And the mother doesn't like the best friend because the best friend's an actress. Like, that's, like, the most normal thing that's going on.
True, actually.
Like, at theater kids.
Yeah.
I liked the mom. I thought she was funny. But now I'm not sure if I'm supposed to.
I mean, you can like her for sure. I think it's intended to be, look at the evil, shrewish matriarch character.
Gotcha.
But that doesn't mean I can't like her despite their best attempts.
True. Yeah, no, I was just like, oh yeah, she hates all the other actors, and I hate the actors too. She must have something going on. Also, I don't know why they hate her fiance, but I don't know. I think, yeah, that's fair. I just think he's kind of annoying. I just think that maybe I'm just annoyed by all these rich folk and their fucking thespians.
Well, and when this is, I think we've mostly wrung it out of this scene here, but the bit where they're heading into the estate at first, and they're like, damn, they got a field. They got lawn here, and they're in fucking New York City.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, they're rich.
They're so rich that when you enter the lawn, you stop hearing the city.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking rich in the city.
That's very impressive.
Yeah.
Damn.
I feel like there was a fun descriptor. Actually, we didn't talk about the foreword at all. Because the foreword is written in universe, which I thought was kind of cute. But there's a line in the foreword that says the seething sidewalks of New York, and I just thought that was like a fun phrase. It was like a little cheesy, but like in a way that amused me, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, the forward, is written in universe, and it is from the perspective of a man who knows the queens. They've retired to, what was it, Italy, or something like that. And then yes, he visited them on vacation and was like, "Dog, you guys had so many wild mysteries, and you made manuscripts of it and thought about what you got to give it to me so I can publish your amazing stories." And argued with them and convinced them to hand over Ellery's, manuscript, which is what you're reading now, dear listener, kind of thing. So yeah.
Yeah, no, it's pretty sweet. It's they even talk about like, oh yeah, we have to change all the names because we can't fucking publish real people. That'd be fucked up. Ellery is married at this point, and part of me is just like, damn, who did that?
Good God, why?
I mean, there's like a dozen Ellery Queen books. Who knows? Maybe he mellows out.
You think so? Do you think one book is just gonna have like, actually, Seer, here's why you're an asshole, and he goes, damn, you're so right, Mr. Who's around the 1920s? Mark Twain. I thought of literally anyone I could think of in the 1920s, and what my brain came up with was Mark Twain. I actually don't even know if he was in the 1920s. I'm now realizing that. Don't correct me. Don't correct me.
Bad news.
No! Damn it.
You just missed it, buddy.
I just missed the Mark Twain.
He died in 1910.
No! 10 years! 10 years without Twain. That's why Ellery was like that.
Yeah.
If Mark Twain was in this book, he'd be like, now Ellery.
He's quite old already.
Sorry, I just remembered that Ellery Queen is married, but not in this current plot point. In the story, he is very much an annoying bachelor who wants a book.
He just wants his book.
The Falconer.
He really does.
Yeah, like he's briefly distracted by the beautiful woman he meets, and then is like, I gotta get back to my book.
Yeah.
And he does also, we do have two different books that he picks up from Field's apartment and then his office, which are both
very important.
They're both handwriting related, right?
Yes.
So that could be a future clue as well. That could be important. Maybe forging documents or something like that. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
I think it is in relation to forging documents because they talk about Michael's forged document. The ticket that was given to fucking the governor that was the politician who was invited was forged. Yada yada. Though I think maybe even the watermark was forged. That could be a possibility. Although I think I do have my theory about like who the murderer is, and we'll think about that later. But
yeah.
Yeah.
They also talked to let's see here. It was Benjamin Morgan, the business partner, and they get the blackmail story as well from him.
Poor guy.
He had an illegitimate child, that kind of thing. He was sending payments to the mother and the kid on the down low, and then Monty Field found out about it and started blackmailing him over it.
Mm-hmm.
So, pretty large sums of money, it seems like, that he was asking for, and all to help prop up his gambling.
All for gambling.
And I guess paying for, taking Angela out on the town.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, good for her. She's getting that bread.
Yeah.
Nah, she's happy. I'm hoping for...
Well, her fiance just died.
Yeah, but she'll be fine.
Although what's his name? The valet character is like, well, it was a bit of an informal engagement.
Yeah. He's like, it wasn't super official, but
Yeah, they do, like, at the very end reveal that, like, we checked out this guy's, like, the valet's history, and he was arrested for not just, like, theft, like he said, but also for forgery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's gonna be
So
kind
that
of.
could be something.
It's definitely something. Um, there's gotta be some sort of forgery thing going on, but we'll find that out later. Um, I So I just remember that, like, at the very end to do another recap because Richard Queen, the father, is like, Ellery, you're not gonna leave this room until we go over all the facts of the case once more. And Ellery's like, please God, I want to leave so bad.
I
And
did
Richard's,
appreciate this. Thank you, Papa, for
Thank
telling me all of everything.
we also totally forgot to talk about Richard Queen's insane cocaine habit. My man is snorting from the snuff
He's
box.
in the snuff.
He's in the snuff
box.
Fucking in it.
He is sniffing.
Constantly.
He's like, no, please, no tobacco. I worry about my lungs. And then he's just, it's incredible.
Yeah.
Funny stuff.
His one vice.
It's a little vice.
It is.
Well,
it is
but
noted quite a bit.
Isn't snuff tobacco?
Yes, it's just powdered tobacco.
Yeah. So it's not cocaine.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry. I thought I did not interpret Tiago literally, but unless maybe you meant it that way. I thought you were just being funny.
I thought he was in the coke. I didn't know snuff was not coke. Okay, well,
Snuff is like tobacco that you snuff up your nose.
Yeah, it's just like really finely ground up powdered tobacco is my understanding.
Wow.
Not really
so
a thing
gross.
anymore, but
I'm learning a lot more.
Because it's so fucking bad for you.
No wonder.
Yeah.
How is he alive?
So bad.
Yeah.
You could get
I mean,
nose
he's
cancers
sneezing
that...
constantly.
Yeah.
So, it's getting up there.
I would get my nose so much cancer.
Damn.
It's gonna be great.
Good shit.
Stuff is gross.
Yes.
Everybody's
and then
doing it.
speaking of toxic stuff, then the toxicologist shows up at their apartment and is like, yeah, so the poison was tetraethyl lead, which is just extracted from gasoline. Super easy. Just got to boil it just right. So doesn't help narrow it down.
All you need is a still. And we all know everyone has those because you're all making bathtub gin.
Yep.
Yeah, everyone has one. It's crazy
funny.
that literally everyone has one.
I also like that the other guy who's there falls asleep.
The other fucking doctor who shows up.
I think it was wasn't he the medical examiner? I think.
Yep.
If I recall correctly, yeah, he was there along with the toxicologist, and yeah, he falls asleep. He's like, "Oh, I don't care. I don't care."
They ain't got shit to do with me.
He's like, "I already did the autopsy. We're good."
Yeah. I like the intricacy of us finding out all the facts of the case. I hope that a lot of this stuff is relevant, because who knows? But also, like, I guess him going like, oh, anyone can make this poison, and therefore, we don't have to think about it that hard. It's like, oh, okay. I like that there are certain points of the fucking investigation where he goes, we don't gotta think about that. It was like, oh, what does he have a cane? And he goes, nah.
We proved he didn't. He hated canes. We called his tailor, and he was like, "Yeah, no, I tried to sell him on a cane," and he was like, "Nope,
nah,
I hate him. I hate canes."
And Ellery is like, "Well, then this proves that only the hat was missing and not the cane."
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, "I guess it does, Ellery, but I'm still kind of mad at you from earlier." So.
True.
They do the same thing with the tickets as well. At one point, they just basically like wash their hands of the tickets, and they're like, I don't think we can figure anything out from the ticket stubs, so let's forget about them.
I do appreciate that as us, the viewer, needs to be like, all right, well, let's stop thinking about this,
They tried. They actually gave it an on, because they knew if they didn't try, then people would be mad.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Good shit. Who do you think did it?
I have no fucking clue. I have no idea.
I think it was one of the actors, and here's my reasoning. They tear apart the theater looking for the hat. They cannot find this hat, and I think to myself, well, where do you hide a hat in a theater? the props department, it's probably still there as a prop. But as for how one of the actors poisoned the guy from across the room, I could not tell you. Or why, for that matter.
Somebody handed him the bottle of booze, which had the poison in it, right?
Yeah.
Presumably. So you could have handed.
They tested the booze that he was found with, and it was all good and clean. It had no poison.
Oh, that's right.
They tested the ginger ale, and it was good, and it was all clean and it had no poison. So no one can figure out not only who did this, but physically how this man ingested this horrible poison.
Right. I wonder. Did they said it could be absorbed through the skin?
It's in the hat.
It was in. What if it was in the hat? What if it lined the edges of the
hat?
And then he was absorbing it through his head, as it was resting on his head.
Specifically, are like it's burned up like his esophagus, and his inside.
Yeah, he must have drank it.
It was physically inside of his body.
So he didn't drink his hat. Because that would be crazy.
That would be crazy. I think that the reason the hat was not found in the theater is I like Tiago's theory that it's like in the props box somewhere, like somebody just like stuck something stupid on it and is hiding it in the props.
Mm-hmm.
I also think somebody could have simply worn it out of the theater.
Well,
right.
Didn't they check all the hats though?
I mean, yes, but like.
Yeah, that's fair.
If somebody came in without a hat, and then they wore a hat out,
they didn't know what the hat looked like before, so they could simply just wear the hat out.
Yeah,
you're right. They did talk to. They were like, if anyone was wearing two hats, please make a note of it. That's a possibility. The possibility is simply they answered without a hat and then left with a hat, which wouldn't have been insane at the time. Yeah, that's fair. I could see that.
And it definitely could have been also a situation where the person who wears it out is also not necessarily the killer, right?
Yeah, they could have put it on
because that's always a fun, red herring is like, and also very Ace Attorney ish is which like the person who like carried the murder weapon out and got rid of it did so inadvertently, right?
Yeah, 100%. They just did not mean
so. The hat could have gotten out, multiple ways here at this point. Yeah, I mean, I think our Charles Michaels guy is so suspicious that I think he's involved, but he's not the killer.
Mm-hmm.
I think Benjamin Morgan killing him for blackmail, again, is also really obvious. And even the Queens say that. They're like, that just seems so obvious.
Yeah. For a guy who seems moderately intelligent, he's done a terrible job of covering it up.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it's hard to pin it on a person quite yet, but I would love to know how Frances is actually involved in this. Because obviously we do not know her actual involvement yet. I just don't think it's as simple as the story she's telling.
Oh yeah, 100%. She's so fucking suspicious.
If I had to pick,
mm-hmm.
as my friend often says, if robots were forcing you to choose, because I just feel like, that adds a little more, clarity to a hypothetical question. Like, if robots were forcing me to, I would say that the fiancé might be suspicious because he he's indicated to be sort of a jealous, hot-headed guy. If this dude has been messing with his girlfriend, maybe he offs him somehow.
Right.
I have no evidence for that.
I believe it.
There's so many people with motives, it's a little difficult.
True.
And we could get critical information in part 3 that would throw some of these people out as options.
It's a little too early to tell, but what is this podcast if we don't go back to making ludicrous predictions at the end of every episode?
I think there's ghosts involved.
It'd be crazy if a ghost was involved. I kind of wish it
Professor
was.
Layton just fucking crawls out from under the stage.
Somebody's sitting in the audience and they look up to the booth in the top right, and there's Statler and Waldorf.
Oh god, he's involved. Oh, like, damn.
And they're like, "What? We did it?" Like,
Yeah, they're like, they said he was a bad attorney. Well, I'll say he's dead. He can't defend anybody now.
oh, that
was the best I could come up with on
I liked it.
That's fair. I'm not judging you that much.
I liked it. I thought you did fine.
It's hard to come up with good Statler and Waldorf jokes real fast.
I couldn't have done it. They're smarter than me.
Bro.
They are.
Good stuff.
So, well, yeah, that's the first half of the book here. So next time, I think we'll dive into the second half, which will include some more investigating in part 3, the reader challenge, and then the grand reveal. So we'll have to see how it all shakes out for next time then. So I think, unless anybody has last thoughts, that'll do it for us.
Yeah, that's it for me.
Nope. Onwards.
Yeah. So you can keep up with the show via our website, updatedautopsy.report, which has links to everything we do, all of our social media accounts, and also our YouTube channel, which features Let's Plays and other fun videos at youtube.com/@Yotsuben. You can follow me on all social media at Yotsuben. You can follow Dessy on Blue Sky at Dessy. And Tiago, where can people find you?
You can find me at It's Tiago Time on Blue Sky. That's it.
And Rose.
Rose, you can find me on Blue Sky at Rose Nonsense, where I'm still kind of hanging out. You can find me, I don't know, trying to decide if I want the Red Sox to win, so that they win, or lose, so that I don't have to walk through Fenway Park while there's a game going on every day, because they close the road that I walk through, and it's really frustrating, and I have to go all the way around, but I want them to win, because it's the Red Sox, and I want them to win. I don't listen, they
so
just...
no matter what, you lose.
Dating myself
True.
a little
And
bit, it was
win.
quite dramatic the other night, and yeah, either way, I both win and lose.
Truly a
that's
mixed
that.
bag, no matter what.
That's truly what being a Red Sox fan is all about.
True.
And that's where you'll find me, apparently. And being
Okay.
a Red Sox fan.
Well, thank you so much for listening. We hope that you would rate and review us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcast platform. Next time, we will be reading the rest of Ellery Queen's The Roman Hat Mystery. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye! I miss Death!
I missed us too. I'm hungry.
You're hungry?
Yeah, I got a little hungry.
How's your tummy?
It's better now. Now I'm hungry.
Your tummy is
Okay.
better.
Yeah, if I'm hungry, I gotta
You've been
eat.
cured.
I've been cured. I don't know where to go
Debuff
from.
handled.
I'm gonna go get some chips.